I look forward to working with the community, with our staff, with our employees, and just moving this city forward.
Tonight on UI7 News, after 12 years, Urbana is under new leadership. See who the new mayor is and how she's going to make an impact in the community.
Plus, a new measure for diversity at the university passed the Academic Senate. Take a look at how this will impact university students.
Then, Champaign-Urbana Bike Month started yesterday. See how participants in the area pedal their way to celebrate the environment.
UI7 News starts right now.
From the Richmond Journalism Teaching Studio at the University of Illinois campus, UI7 News, your U of I news source.
Hello, I'm Nico Burton.
And I'm Jonathan Jaffe.
After more than a decade, Urbana has a new mayor tonight.
Diane Marlin will serve as the new mayor of Urbana. Marlin's family, including her grandchildren, attended the ceremony last night. Heartfelt gifts and kind words were exchanged between Marlin and the outgoing mayor, Laurel Prussing. Marlin graduated from the University of Illinois and worked as a dietitian and affiliate faculty member at Parkland. Marlin states she has a tough budget to work on, but is ready to get started.
Situation this year, so we're going to have to make some decisions in that, and I'm looking forward to working with the employees to look at some of our policies and practices to see if we can streamline some and improve efficiencies here.
Marlin hopes to attract new residents and bring new jobs to the community during her term.
While new Mayor Diane Marlin stepped to the plate, former Mayor Laurel Prussing took some time to say goodbye. UI7's Claire Stuckel tells you about her last day in office.
It was Mayor Laurel Prussing's last day in office. Her once decorated walls now lay bare, but Prussing says it's not the end of her career.
Mayors really like their job because they can get results. And so if you talk to any mayor, they'll tell you that. That's why they like their job.
The first female mayor elected in Urbana says she's accomplished a lot in the past 14 years, and she hopes new Mayor Diane Marlin will continue to make progress.
To really listen to a lot of different viewpoints before you make up your mind, that's the strength of democracy.
City Clerk Phyllis Clark has been by her side every step of the way.
I started May the 3rd, 1993, and I am done May the 1st, 2017. That is 24 years.
Clark has also had a long career in government. She was the first African American elected to public office in Urbana over 20 years ago.
She comes to talk to me when she has an issue that she thinks she needs to just bounce off of somebody, and I listen, and then sometimes I go over the top and tell her what I think.
She says her working relationship with Prussing has been one to remember. They'll both walk out of this door as they leave today and step into the future. In Urbana, I'm Claire Stuckel, UI7 News.
Another face is also looking to be sworn in, but this time into the University of Illinois Board of Trustees. After weeks of vacancy on the student trustee seat, the Campus Student Election Commission has released the unofficial results of the election that took place last Friday. Junior Trayshawn Mitchell collected 1,650 votes to beat out two other students who were vying for the position. Sophomore Tommy Justison garnered just over 1,000 votes to come in second, and junior Emily Tuttle came in third with 868. This revote comes in light of a technical error that occurred in March, which left Mitchell off the ballot completely. The official results have yet to be released, but are expected in the coming days on the Campus Student Election Commission website.
From the one Senate to another, the University of Illinois Academic Senate has voted to support a resolution that promotes diversity on campus. Project 1000 is an initiative created by a coalition of student groups called the Black United Front to increase the number of Black and other underrepresented freshmen to 1,000 over a 4-year period, starting with the 2017-2018 school year. The resolution will also include groups such as Native Americans, Latinos, and first-generation students. Project 1000 also calls for more financial aid to make an education at the U of I accessible to more minority high school students who plan to enroll. As of fall of 2016, the university enrolled over 1,900 Black undergraduate students, 22 Native American students, and over 3,000 Latino students.
The start of May marks the day that many high schoolers sign and commit to their future universities. The University of Illinois student admissions numbers haven't quite come in yet, but if it's anything like last fall, admissions will be at an all-time high. Nearly 7,600 freshmen enrolled to the U of I this past fall for the class of 2020. More than 38,000 students applied to attend the University of Illinois next fall. About 23,000 students were admitted this spring, about 1,000 more than last year. Of those students, more than half were admitted in December with the early action option.
The U of I is not only welcoming new students to the university, but new ways to find careers. The iLink system gives students a chance to connect with careers, but will soon be transitioning over to a new platform. Career Services is notifying students that they will make these changes effective July 1st, and iLink will no longer be available to access after that date. A mass email was sent advising students to do the following. Download any important documents or information such as resumes or cover letters that you may have on your iLink system. If you have employees you're following on iLink, you should make note of their information to continue to keep track of them. And if you've applied to any jobs, make a spreadsheet to track your progress. Career Services states that they will provide more information as the time of the transition approaches, but students may continue to use iLink through June.
Graduation is quickly approaching. The annual campus-wide commencement ceremony will take place May 13th at 9:30 a.m. For those participating in graduation, cap and gown pickup times are as follows. Individuals can pick up their academic attire May 10th, 11th, and 12th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Arc Gym No. 1. Students will also be able to pick up their attire on the morning of the 13th between 7:30 and 11 a.m. For those participating in Sunday graduation for their individual colleges, cap and gowns can be picked up on May 14th between 7:30 and 10 a.m.
The rainy and wet weather hasn't stopped one Parkland College golfer from practicing at the links. UI7's Brandon Brinsecki takes you to Savoy for a look at the tough course conditions.
Weather has not been too kind to the Champaign County area. The U of I's orange and blue golf course has taken a lot of rain this past weekend. But despite the poor conditions on the course, the weather has not stopped Parkland College golfer Garrett Hicksonbaugh, who is putting in the extra practice for regionals.
Raining every day this week. As you can see, there's water everywhere, and just trying to get putting and stuff for regionals coming up. We got it canceled this weekend. It's rescheduled to next week.
With the new water hazards that have been popping up around the course, golfers are faced with yet another test. This past weekend, weather was not kind to the U of I golf course. As you can see right behind me, this puddle was created as a result of the storms that took place. As the course remains open to courageous golfers willing to take on the tough conditions, General Manager Mike Wallner is optimistic it will be in better shape within the coming days.
And obviously right now it's very windy, so that'll obviously help dry things up. So by tomorrow, we hope that it won't be all gone, but I think you'll see significant decrease in the standing water out here.
Fortunately, the practice green is still in good shape. This is where Hicksonbaugh and his teammates often come to work on sharpening up their putting and short game.
We probably practice here 5 days a week, but it has really good putting facilities. It has a range, has chipping facilities. It's really, really nice. This is for us. They hook us up with golf balls and all sorts of things like that. So, it's just really good.
Golfers like Hicksonbaugh know that water hazards already play a big role in the sport. But with even more than usual, it makes it that much more challenging. In Savoy, Brandon Brinsecki, UI7 News.
Well, today was pretty nice. We did get a peek of sunshine, but I don't think that's going to last for very long.
Let's go ahead and check in with UI7's Cassandra Smith, who's got more on what we can expect for tonight.
So while we're already into May, it certainly doesn't feel like it. It's been breezy and cooler for the most part, and we've had some rain over the last couple days, but the sun decided to peek out a little bit today. And, this sort of weather is unusual for Illinois this time of year, and it looks like it might be sticking around just a little bit longer. Let's go ahead and take a look at your Fastcast. So tonight we're looking at a low of 39, mostly cloudy. Northwest gusts are coming at us at 13 miles per hour. And again, that low is going to be 39, mostly cloudy. Let's go back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Cassandra. I know April showers bring May flowers, but it's already May and the rain hasn't stopped. See how Champaign-Urbana is going to be affected by the heavy rainfall.
Then one community celebrates a massive milestone. Find out how they give back to one family in need. Spring brings new alternatives to get to work. Today, biking was the promoted option. Take a ride with UI7's Jordan Moore as she explains how the community celebrated.
Kristen Hoganson is taking Bike to Work Day to get back into the habit of biking to work.
Getting back in shape for it. During the winter, I carpool more often than I bike just because it's nasty.
She is one of the many who signed up to Bike to Work for Ride Your Bike to Work Day. The event is to promote riding bikes as opposed to using cars. Those who signed up to Bike to Work received t-shirts, free breakfast, and even free repairs on their bikes. University FNS Active Transportation Coordinator Lily Wilcock wants people to imagine the benefits of biking over driving.
See very many smiles on people's faces, and if you could close your eyes and just imagine what it would be like if a quarter of those people were riding a bicycle. Just imagine what the traffic would be like.
Wilcock also says that safety is something to consider when deciding to bike to work.
Some bike safety tips include biking with the flow of traffic, respecting pedestrians, and of course, always wearing your helmet.
Hoganson also said to be concerned for younger kids that are riding bikes.
Kids bike to school on occasion too, and thinking of them out on the road, and they're not experienced drivers. They don't know how to think like a driver. They think like teenagers. So I really hope that anybody who watches this will remember that there are kids on the road, people who are trying to be careful, and if you hit us, we die.
Hoganson and other supporters will look to participate in other events taking place through Bike Month. In Urbana, Jordan Moore, UI7 News.
Bike to Work Day isn't the only bicycle-related event happening in Champaign, Urbana for Bike Month. In the next month, there will be Bike to School Day and a full moon ride both on the 10th and the 20th. Carl Foundation will have a Playing It Safe bike rodeo for kids. Information on these events and more can be found on cubikemonth.weebly.com.
The Champaign County Habitat for Humanity is building its 100th home, marking the chapter's 25th anniversary. UI7's Elizabeth Dye takes us to the construction site where volunteers are hard at work building the life-changing home for one deserving mother.
For Alicia Washington, the soon-to-be homeowner of the Champaign County Habitat for Humanity's 100th home, yesterday marks the day that her dream home became a more tangible reality.
I haven't really took it in yet. It's still surreal. Like, even looking at them, it's surreal.
Washington, a single mother to 5 children, works 3 jobs to pay her current rent. Unable to qualify for home ownership through traditional methods, Washington applied to receive a Habitat for Humanity home and was accepted last year. Construction on Washington's home began in March but was only foundation until yesterday.
Right behind me, Alicia's walls are now being put up, but the whole construction process will take about 3 more months to complete.
Acceptance to Habitat's program depends on the applicant's housing need, ability to pay, and willingness to partner. Washington met all 3 criteria and is paying for her home's down payment through hands-on labor. A $50,000 grant through the Yahoo Employee Foundation is helping fund the home's construction. With the 100th home on its way to completion, Kim Gollings, the chapter's volunteer manager, says the organization is looking forward to doing more critical and exterior home repairs for homeowners in need. Gollings says her favorite aspect of Habitat has been connecting with families.
Every single person I'm building for in that moment, whoever I'm standing next to, they're my favorite person I've ever worked with. And it's hard, not to fall in love with every single person and their families. And, we become a community. We become a group that's doing everything we can to support each other and make sure that we all are having those dreams come true.
Thanks to Habitat for Humanity, Washington says she can now put her housing struggles behind her.
You can't really do a lot in a rental house, so I'm looking forward to making memories in this house.
In Urbana, Elizabeth Dye, UI7 News.
Wet weather has made much of Illinois a soggy, muddy, and in some areas, flooded mess. Rainfall in the past 5 days for Champaign-Urbana totals more than 4 inches. That's led to flooding in some areas, streams, and rivers and farm fields. And now forecasters with the National Weather Service say Illinois may see even more rain over the next 3 days. The area highlighted in orange on this map would see the heaviest rain. One estimate has nearly 3 additional inches of rain falling in this area by this Friday. That would be about 7 total inches in 1 week.
Man, looks like it's going to just keep raining on then, huh?
Really hope not. Well, when we get back, we'll take a look at your weather for the rest of the week.
Champaign County is under a flash flood watch. The watch starts tomorrow and is in effect until Thursday night.
Find out more on the rain that's coming our way. Let's check in with US7's Cassandra Smith with a look at your forecast.
Right now out here in Illinois, we're experiencing some pretty good weather. However, it might not last long. Let's take a look at your radar. So you can see here in the Nebraska area, we have some rain that looks like it's going to be coming towards us. We might see the results of that sometime tomorrow. And looking into your local temperatures, you can see here in Champaign, it's 58, and then up here in Bloomington, 55, and Decatur, 59. And then looking at your Midwest temperatures, so you can see up here in Chicago, it's really chilly. It's 49, so you definitely want to bring a hoodie with you. But then down here in St. Louis, 67, and Cedar Rapids, 58. And then looking at your national temperatures, you can see over here in Dallas, that's definitely where you want to be because it's 86. And then LA looks like it's 75, but then up here in Helena, it's a little colder, 56. And looking into your forecast for tonight, it looks like we're going to have a low of 39 with some clouds mixing in, and those northwest gusts are going to come at us at 13 miles per hour. And then looking at tomorrow, looks like we're going to have a high of 56 with some clouds mixing in with the sun. And then let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. So again, tomorrow it looks like we're going to have some rain mixing in with the sun, high 56, low 43. And then Thursday, that's definitely when you want to have an umbrella with you because we're going to have some rains that are heavy downpour and high 50, low 42. And then Friday, we're again going to have some rain mixing in with the sun, high 58, low 40. And then that rain is just going to continue into your weekend. Saturday, high 60, low 40. And then Sunday, that's the day that the sun's going to peek out with a high 60, low 42.
Thanks, Cassandra.
Joining us now is Lucas Wright here to preview your UI7 sports.
When we come back, we'll take a look at Illinois' golf team's new hardware. Plus, the softball team is heading into the last week of the regular season. We'll check out their recent dominance. The Illinois men's golf team asserted its dominance this past weekend at the Big Ten Championships, wrapping up a third straight conference title. The Illini took home the title with an 11-under finish, 16 shots ahead of runner-up Northwestern. Junior Dylan Meyer led the way and took home medalist honors with a score of 5 under. Nick Hardy, Eduardo Liparelli, and Giovanni Taddioto finished in the top 10, while Michael Fiegels rounded out the Illini in 23rd. The Big Ten title was Illinois' 15th in the history of the program. The Illini softball team opens the final week of its regular season tonight against Eastern Illinois. The Illini have been rolling lately, winning 11 of its past 13, and have put themselves in position to possibly earn a bye moving toward next week's Big Ten tournament. Senior Nicole Evans is still chasing history, as a home run tonight would move her into a tie for the most home runs in Illinois program history. She is currently hitting .383 with 15 home runs on the season. That game is going on right now at Eichelberger Field. Also in action tonight is the Illinois baseball team. The Illini are coming off one of their most dominant showings of the year with a 14-1 victory over Minnesota this past weekend. The team is on the road tonight in Carbondale, Illinois to take on SIU. Right-hander Cole Belair is set to take the mound for the Illini tonight. Belair will try to give Illinois its first win over SIU on the season. First pitch is coming up here in about 10 minutes. Big news in the offseason for Illinois volleyball. Junior Brandy Donnelly was selected on Monday to compete on the U.S. Collegiate National Team. Donnelly led the Illini with 499 digs last season. Illinois head coach Chris Thomas praised his player's ability, saying she has worked hard during her career and this is well deserved. She has the drive and the work ethic that is valued in the USA program, and I look forward to what she will learn this summer with the team. A few Illinois football players had their NFL dreams realized this past week. On Friday, in the third round with the 68th pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars selected defensive end Dwayne Smoot. Smoot is the 6th Illini defensive lineman drafted since 2011. While Smoot was the only Illini drafted, 5 others were signed as free agents. Wes Lunt, Justin Hardy, Carol Phillips, Hardy Nickerson, and Jamel President were picked up after the draft. Defensive tackle Rob Rain received an invitation to Jets rookie camp. Checking in on the other Illinois sports, men's track took home 2nd this weekend at the Drake University Relays, while the women's team brought home 11th. Men's tennis fell 2-4 in a matchup with Michigan. On the flip side, women's tennis made it through the quarterfinals of the Big Ten tournament with a win over Maryland, but the team narrowly missed upsetting number 4 ranked Ohio State in the semifinals, losing 3-4. Taking a look at the Illinois men's tennis team, Brad Dancer's squad earned its place in the NCAA tournament this afternoon. The Illini have a first-round matchup with Drake out of the Missouri Valley Conference. With a win, Illinois would move on to face the winner of Oklahoma State and the University of Missouri-Kansas City. That's all for sports. Back over to you guys.
Did you know battles can take place on land and in space? Well, see the two feuds in this edition of Hollywood Minute.
Writers Guild of America leaders are preparing for a possible strike Tuesday, even as negotiators for writers and producers continue to talk. A WGA memo to strike captains says the 12:01 a.m. Tuesday deadline could be extended, but to be ready to strike. The Guild has struck 6 times since 1960. All but one lasted at least 3 months.
Hope you're ready. It'll be here any minute.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is getting a running start ahead of its North American debut Friday. The Marvel superhero sequel opened in 37 international markets over the weekend, racking up $101.2 million, 57% more than the first Guardians movie. At home, everyone has gotten out of the way. Guardians 2 is the only movie opening in wide release next weekend. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
A famous actor professed a U of I connection in his brother. Tom Hanks appeared on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert this week. Hanks mentioned his older brother, Larry Hanks, who is a tenured professor in entomology at the U of I. He talked about how entomology students at UC Riverside knew Larry better than Tom.
My brother, well, I'm Tom Hanks. And they said, yeah, and your brother's Dr. Larry Hanks. So I was the famous guy's brother, at the thing.
Yeah.
And it rattled me just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And my brother Jim is still angry about it. And my sister Sandra still can't quite.
It's nice, though.
Well, that wraps up the final episode of UI 7 News for the Tuesday News Crew. Before we go, there are a few people we'd like to thank for making this possible.
Thank you to our TA and director, Cassie Carlson, and the whole production team working hard to make our show possible.
And a huge thank you to our 2 instructors, Ken Erdy and John Paul. Thank you for always supporting us and being the guiding voices inside and outside the newsroom.
And thank you to our viewers for tuning in to UI 7 News.
Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful and safe summer.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This whole world's confusing me.